You know, we use the names for the 7 days of the week every single day, but have you ever really stopped to think about where they come from? Let's dive in, because their story, well, it's way more fascinating than you might think. Okay, let's be honest. Learning the days of the week can be a real headache for anyone learning English, especially when you bump into a word like this. I mean, look at it. Wednesday. But we don't say Wednesday, do we? So what is going on here?
Well, the answer is this incredible secret, and it's hidden deep in thousands of years of history. You see, the names for our days are not random at all. Nope, they're actually a direct link to ancient stories about the sky, powerful gods, and legendary heroes. And here's the best part. Once you know the story, you'll never forget the word.
All right, so let's kick off our journey at the start of the week with the two biggest, most obvious things you can see up in our sky. First up, we have Sunday. Now, this one is pretty straightforward. Its Old English name, Sunnen Dag, literally just means the sun's day. It's a day dedicated to the sun. Simple, bright, and a great place to start. So, for example, you might say, on Sunday, we go to the park. Now, I want you to notice that little word on. It's really important, and we're going to come back to it in a bit. And of course, after the sun's day comes, you guessed it, the moon's day. Monday comes from the Old English Monand Dag. Again, it's a super direct and kind of beautiful connection, right? Sunday, then moon day. A simple example would be, on Monday, I go to school. And there it is again, that little word on. Okay, so we've got the sun and the moon covered. Now, for the middle of the week, things get really interesting. We're going to leave the sky behind and turn to a totally different set of powerful figures, the Norse gods. So let's talk about Tuesday. This day gets its name from Tyr, who was the Norse god of combat and heroic glory. You can basically think of him as their version of the Roman god of war, Mars. You might say something like, Tuesday is my favorite day. Just remember that Tuesday for Tyr, the warrior god. And here we are, the big one, Wednesday. It comes from Woden's Day, which means Woden's Day. And Woden, who you might also know as Odin, was the king of all the Norse gods. Now here's the trick to this word. We completely ignore that D and that middle E when we say it. It's just two syllables, Wednesday. That's it, Wednesday. Let's practice that in a sentence. I play soccer every Wednesday afternoon. See? Once you know it's Woden's Day, that crazy spelling starts to make a little more sense. Next up is Thursday, which comes from a very famous name you've probably heard of, Thor, the Norse god of thunder. The key to remembering this one is that th sound. The th in Thor is your clue for how to say and spell Thursday. It helps you never mix it up with Tuesday. For example, on Thursday, we visit Grandma. Just focus on that th sound at the start. That's how you know it's Thor's Day. Moving on to Friday. This day is named in honor of Frigg. She was a super powerful goddess, Odin's wife, and she was in charge of love and marriage. And what a great day it is. Friday is pizza night at our house. You know, a day named for the goddess of love. Kicking off the weekend, it just feels right, doesn't it? All right, so for the last day of the week, the story takes one final little turn. We're going to switch mythologies one more time and head back to the Romans for this one. And this is just so cool because it really shows you what a mix the English language is. Saturday is the only day of the week in English that keeps its direct Roman origin. It's named for Saturn, the Roman god of farming, wealth, and time. A perfect day for some rest after a long week. I sleep late on Saturday, and why not? It's a day named for the god of harvest and abundance, after all. Okay, so now that you know the secret history, let's quickly go over the two simple but absolutely essential grammar rules for using these words the right way. These rules are super easy. First, you always use a capital letter. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they are proper nouns, just like your name. And second, the magic little word for days of the week is on. My birthday is on Saturday. The meeting is on Wednesday. But why on? Here's a really simple way to remember it. Just imagine that a day is a specific, solid block of time. It's 24 hours long. You exist on that block of time. You're not in it or at it. You are right there on Monday. So you see, our week is so much more than just a schedule. It's like a living museum, a 7-day storybook that's filled with these ancient beliefs about the sun, the moon, and the gods who they thought shaped the world.
And that really makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, if all of this history is packed into just 7 simple words, what other incredible stories are hiding in the words you use every single day?
Hello, it's Rod's friend here, Gino from Real Everyday English. Sorry for interrupting your video. I just want to make a quick recommendation that you subscribe to Rodrigo's channel. He's an amazing guy, he's so humble, he's so dedicated, and he creates absolutely fantastic content. See you people soon. Bye-bye. God bless.